Alright guys, welcome back to our channel. Thanks for jumping in again. I'm excited to have you guys here. My name is Max Vollmer, and for those of you who are new to our channel, my wife Katie and I have started a real estate business while still being in school, while still being full-time students, and have generated multiple six-figure income streams within the last couple of months. And today I'm going to talk about struggle. And before we go and jump into the video, you guys have heard it multiple times. Please like and subscribe our channel. We would highly appreciate that. Obviously, that helps us. And then besides that, also leave some comments of what kind of content you guys want to have in the future. You know, if there's anything else that you guys want us to talk about, just leave a comment down below and we will go ahead and take a look and see what we can do. But don't forget to like and subscribe. Alright guys, like I said, today we're going to talk about the struggle, right? We have uploaded a couple of videos already where, you know, how we made $25,000 in, one deal, a certain of our things we've accomplished, right? So, and I think it's always like people see that 1% that you accomplish, right? It's the same in sports. You go, you perform, you compete, they see that 1%. They see when you are competing the results you're doing, but they don't see that 99% of the work that leads into it. And I think this is where most of the people kind of get frustrated, right? You guys go through YouTube, you see our channel, you see other people's channel, and they talk about how they are successful, they talk about the things they've accomplished, but most of them don't talk about how they get there, right? The struggle of a struggle, you know, being punched in the face multiple times over and over and over again, and standing up, you know, having those days where you just want to give up and throw your computer out of the window. You know, those days are going to be the majority of days, right? And then you have those days where you accomplish something works, but most of the time it is really frustrating, especially at the beginning, right? Once you start getting a team and things are getting, I would say, more professional and more organized, and things might get easier, but especially at the beginning, it is a lot of hard work. And I really want to talk about those things. And this doesn't just reflect in business, right? It reflects in anything in life. If you set personal goals, if you set goals, with health and fitness, it's the same thing, right? You go to the gym, you beat up your body every single day, you go through the pain, you go through, not eating, you go through diets, you go through all that struggle. And at the end of the day, people only see that 1%. Like if you then have your six pack after, 6 or 9 months of training, this is what people see, but they don't see what you've done to get there. And I think this is really important to talk about. And I think it's, you can really compare this with going on a hike. And this is, business, this is personal goals. You're standing there outside of the parking lot and you're looking up this gigantic mountain, right? And you look down there and it just looks massive. It just looks like impossible for you to go up there. But the summit is your goal. You have the goal of getting to the summit. And, the journey is what makes us really happy. The journey going up there, once you're up on the mountain and you have accomplished your goal, then you look for the next one. But like on the way up, you will have those things where you slide down, you have to like find traction again to get up. You have moments where you feel good, where it's easy. You have moments where it gets really steep and you have to go on all fours up, or you have to climb. Moments where it's dangerous, you have to get out of your comfort zone. Moments where, the mountain is breaking you, you just want to give up. This is, while you have a hike, you have all those things, right? You go through those emotional stages, and this is the exact same thing then setting goals in personal life and business. You have that goal, and there are going to be moments of struggle. There are going to be a lot of moments of struggle. Like, I don't know if many of you guys have done like really crazy hikes, but most of the time your legs are hurting. You look up, you're fighting with your own thoughts. Well, I don't know if I can do it. I want to give up. Like, why am I putting myself through this? I could just stop here on the fake summit. But at the end of the day, step by step, right? Always moving forward. And at some point we get to the goal. And I think this is the most important thing. There are going to be so many punches. There are going to be so many times where you feel like, whatever you're trying to do is breaking you. It's too hard, all the challenges. But this is where you have to get better, right? You have to find that mental stage, this emotional stage, and a physical stage to get through it and to get to the next level. And then all of a sudden you open a new door, you open a new potential, and you're ready for the next challenge. And that's going to be the next challenge and next challenge. Like, going on a hike, you set multiple goals. Like on the way there, you look up and you say, okay, at this rock, I'm going to stop and take a break, or I'm going to walk until, this a summit without a break, or so there's certain goals along the way are important, because you cannot just go look up that mountain and say, okay, I'm going to walk non-stop straight up until I'm on the summit. Nobody's able to do that. Your body's gonna stop, you're gonna break down, you're gonna slide, you need to drink, you need to take a break. And this is just the same in life. You have to have the big goal, but you have to set multiple smaller goals along the way, because every time you get to a goal, every time you get to that break point, or that little rock that you set as the next step, you feel a reward, you feel accomplishment, and it gives you the energy to go further, rather than setting your huge goals and nothing in between. You're gonna break, you're gonna fail. So it's really important to set a big goal that is in a way scary, but you also know it's possible if you just keep moving forward, and set smaller goals along the way that you can accomplish easily, but they all move towards the bigger goal, and take that reward, take that accomplishment, take that feeling of accomplishing it, and move to the next one. And I think this is really, really important. And then most of the time, right, if you're in a big mountain landscape, you go up the summit, and then all of a sudden you look back and you see there's another mountain, and then you have to go. Most of the time you have to summit, you have to go down a little bit, and then you have to go up again. And this is just the cycle of life, the cycle of business, right? You work hard, you accomplish a goal, and most of the time it drops again. It's just a cycle. Something happens, you're up there, you've accomplished something, now you're changing something, and then you drop down again, and then you have to go up again. And we all know the way down is a lot faster, right? It takes us a lot of time going up, it's really hard, but then way down, you take all the traction, we just go. Right, and this is something we also have to realize, that it's really hard to get up to our goals, but then once you're up there, you're gonna drop, and this is natural. But you're not gonna drop all the way down. You're gonna drop to a certain point, and then you're gonna balance back up to the next peak, right? So it's always this cycle that continuously goes up, but it has ups and downs, and this is really what it's all about. And this is what it's all about in sports. You train really hard, you get to a certain level, you do a PR. And maybe most of the time at the next competition, next training, you're gonna suck again, right? You're gonna go back, and then you're gonna go up again. So it's just always those cycles, and it's the same in business. We've experienced this quite a lot. And if I have to sum up this whole year now, we started basically in January, now it's the end of the year. We went through 95% of the days were just struggle, right? It was really hard. Especially the first year, there were multiple days where Kate and I just said, why don't we just give up? Why don't we just finish school and get a job, being in our comfort zone, like weak thoughts, because it was really exhausting. And there were moments where, you have those days where everything just goes wrong. You wake up, some of the clients is calling you, they're backing out of the contract, and all of a sudden there's some kind of weird energy that day, and then everyone is just giving you shit, and all day long it's just terrible, and you're just ready at the morning already for this day to be over. And then you go to bed and you say, okay, it cannot get worse, let's just try to have a better day tomorrow. So it's always day by day. We just look day by day, getting closer to where we want to be. And there's not a lot of really good days, right? You have that one day where you sell a property, but then you might have 10 days where you don't sell anything, and it's really hard. You get a lot of shit from clients because they have certain emotions, especially when the winter time hits and it gets darker. People have their attitude, and they let those things out. If you send them a letter, people send you their attitude back, and you have to be comfortable with those things. And along the way, while you make adjustments to your business, another really good example is Kate and I. Obviously, we had our success just alone, just me and her, and then we decided to hire a team. We decided to change our systems. We decided to upgrade our whole business. And initially we thought, oh, it's going to be amazing. We're going to do all those things, and all of a sudden everything is going to be so much easier. And it was not. It hit us really hard, because you add a lot more complexity. You have people, you have resources, if people have resources, you have multiple software tools to integrate, and at the end of the day you have to coordinate and organize all those things together to make that work. And it was a lot more complexity than just organizing myself or organizing Kaitlin together as a team, moving to the same direction. Now you have people, you have to motivate them, you have to build culture, you have to check the systems, you have to make sure they know what to do, communicate the mission, set weekly goals, accountability charts, those kind of things. And it was really, really exhausting, and we initially thought it's going to take away it's going to take away the work that we put in because you have people to load it onto. But it was not the case. And you have to be comfortable with those circumstances and with those situations that it's going to be really tough. You're going to start something, there's going to be a lot of pushback from family and friends, because not everyone is sharing the same mindset. Certain people like to be in their comfort zone, and once you do something different, those people like to be, in a way, that those people like to challenge you, right? They push you back, and you have to be stronger to push through it and go on your path, right? This is with everything you do. Don't expect the outside to be here for you and to support you, right? The only thing you really need is yourself and your own thoughts and emotions. You have to make the change from the inside and then have the outside change. You cannot expect the outside to make that initial change that is necessary for you to go move forward. You have to make the change from the inside, and you have to push through the struggle, and all those bad days and all those hard days and the days you just want to give up are extremely important for you just to move forward. And this is what makes you stronger. At the end of the day, iron shapes iron, and you have to be comfortable going through those circumstances. And struggle is probably the most important thing to be aware of, right? It's not all about having success and every day is going to be sunshine. There's going to be a lot of rainy and dark days, and you have to make yourself mentally, emotionally and physically being ready for those kind of things, and this will make you successful at the end of the day. And this is what separates people who have success and people that do not have success, right? They look at certain videos, they start certain mentoring, certain coaching, they read certain books, and they just expect, all right, all of a sudden it's just going to change my life, I'm going to be successful. And then they might be successful right away out of the gate, but then they're going to be the first or the second, hit that where it's struggle, where they have to fall and push back. And some people break there because they don't know what to do. You always have to be thinking ahead of the struggle, right? You always have to plan on the struggle, because obviously everyone is ready for success, but are you ready for struggle? Are you ready for issues? Are you ready for all those hard days when life is just punching you in the face and you have to stand up? I think this is really important, and especially going into 2022, we all are going to set goals, and it's important for us to look forward and be ready for those struggles and be ready to take action and responsibility for where we want to be. And with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching that video until the end. Like I said at the beginning, don't forget to like and subscribe. You'll always appreciate that. Leave some comments on what you think. Leave some comments on the goals you're trying to set for 2022 and the struggles you expect to face, right? And then keep each other accountable. Find people that can help you keep yourself accountable along the way. If you have a bad day, so you just want to give up, you sometimes just need people to push you back on the path, and something that motivates you, that gives you the drive again to go ahead and move forward. And yeah, just reach out to us, let us know what kind of goals you're setting, and I'm excited to hear what goals you guys have. For us, we have a lot of goals, specifically in sports, in our relationship, in business. We always take the last couple weeks of the year just to sit down and then set those goals. But then on the other side, we're also setting, how do we get to the goal, right? This is our goal, and what are the steps to get there? Weekly, daily steps to get there, so we can keep each other accountable, knowing that we move forward, right? If you just have too big of a goals, you never really know if you get there. You need smaller goals, accountable things that can keep you accountable, that you can measure, so you're getting closer to where you want to be. And yeah, with that being said, I appreciate you guys, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.